The accused, Philip McDowell, has been employed by the bank for 23 years since he was 17.
Do you mind if I look at my records?
No, please do.
Yes, that is correct.
And he's been at the King Street branch of the bank, of which you are a manager, for 5 years.
Yes, that would be right.
He's married with 2 children, aged 16 and 13.
Yes, Robert and Alison.
And it's true to say, is it not, that all his years at the bank were years of devoted service, not a blot on your records?
That would have been true, yes.
A model employee.
I think we would have liked him to have been a little more ambitious. But within the limitations of his ability, yes, it would be fair to describe him as a model employee.
Whom you sacked without notice on the 18th of September of last year.
Sir, McDowell was dismissed quite lawfully because he was absent without leave and without lawful justification on and from Monday the 10th of September. My lord, I have already explained this.
I am right, am I not, Mr. Gerard, when I say that you have formed the view that Mr. McDowell is guilty of the offence with which he is charged, and that is why you sacked him, and that is why you are pretending that he was absent without leave, when in fact you specifically agreed to him taking another week's holiday at that time.
It is for the jury to decide whether a man is guilty. I have a quite open mind.
You do know what offence he is charged with?
I do, sir. He is charged with abducting a 14-year-old girl, a Miss Fiona Sumner.
And it was because you had jumped to the conclusion that he was guilty that you sacked him.
My lord, that would have been wholly inappropriate. I was not aware of the existence of the young lady at the time the letter of dismissal was sent to McDowell.
You say that when you dismissed my client, you were not even aware that Miss Fiona Sumner existed? Do you read the Fulchester Gazette?
I do.
Will you take a look at this, please? Now, that is the Fulchester Gazette for Tuesday, the 11th of September. Will you look at it, please? Now, did you not see that newspaper?
My lord, I don't read the local newspapers every day. It just depends whether I have time. I have to give priority to the financial journals, you see.
Mr. Gerard, is that newspaper delivered to your house every day?
Yes.
But you say that you did not see that particular issue. You are married, are you not?
I am.
And you yourself have a 15-year-old daughter, do you not?
Yes, I do.
And you say that no one, not even your wife, told you about the missing 14-year-old child or showed you that newspaper?
My lord, I think I must correct some of my evidence. I must have known about the girl.
Must have known? You mean you did?
Yes, that must have been so.
Must have been? Was? You knew perfectly well.
I'd like to explain, if I may, my
Yes, Mr. Gerard.
Well, as I've said, McDowell withdrew from his account on Friday the 7th of September everything except £5. I knew that. That's why his mortgage repayments fell into arrears. There was another instalment due on the Monday.
Mr. Gerard, I asked you a very simple question.
I'd like to explain in my own way, if I may, my
Mr.
lord.
Gerard.
Do let him go on, Mr. Golding. Yes, Mr. Gerard.
Well, when McDowell didn't come in to work on the Monday, I telephoned Mrs. McDowell. But she said her husband wasn't there.
Did she say where he was?
Not at first, no. She was evasive. But later in the week, I telephoned her every day. She said she had no idea where her husband was and that he had been missing since Sunday afternoon. And then there was the newspaper report about the missing girl. I didn't put the two together at first, not until about the following Tuesday, after the girl had been found. I telephoned Mrs. McDowell again, but she wasn't there. I spoke to the son, Robert, who said that his father was back, but that his mother and sister had left home.
And you jumped to the conclusion after this telephone call that McDowell had in fact abducted Fiona Sumner?
Well, yes. To be honest, I am on oath. Yes, I did think so.
You did think so. And what did you think of his actions?
I thought it was disgusting.
You thought it was disgusting. Now, let's get back to his so-called absence without leave. Now, Mr. McDowell is entitled to 4.5 weeks' holiday a year?
Yeah, please answer the question, Mr. Gerard. It's so easy to misunderstand gestures.
I'm sorry, my lord. The answer to your last question is yes, sir.
Yes, and my client took his family to Wales at the beginning of August of last year?
He did.
Returning to work on Monday the 13th of August?
Yes.
But he still had over 2.5 weeks' holiday in hand.
Yes, that would be correct.
And on Monday, the 3rd of September, he saw you in your office about taking another week's holiday.
No, sir.
I suggest that he did. I suggest that he asked for another week off and that you agreed.
That is untrue, sir.
Mr. Gerard, it's right, isn't it, that Mr. McDowell has a particular hobby, vintage cars. In fact, he owns a 1930 Austin 7, doesn't he?
I have no record of
Oh,
that.
dear, Mr. Lloyd, is it disputed that the accused has an old car as a hobby?
No, my lord. Indeed, it is an integral part of the prosecution case that the accused is interested in and has such a car. It is a car that could perhaps be described as the Getaway vehicle.
Well, I once owned an Austin 7. I must say I never thought I should ever hear anyone refer to such a motor car as a getaway vehicle. Well, let's get on.
My lord. Mr. Gerard, when Mr. McDowell came to see you in your office, he told you that he wanted the next week off because he was going to try and better the time a friend had taken to drive in another Austin 7 from Fulchester to John O'Groats.
There was no such conversation. This is the first I've heard of a race to John O'Groats.
Mr. Gerard, either you are deliberately lying or you've in fact convinced yourself that what you say is the truth. But the fact is that you have developed a disgust for my client, to use your own words, and for that reason, you are trying to give my client's absence from work a sinister appearance when in fact it was wholly innocent and with your agreement.
Mr. Gerard, you've said that the accused had a good work record. Well, did he in fact appear to take a great interest in his work, or did he simply do what was required of him, but no more?
The latter, I'd say, a strictly 9-to-5 man. I suppose that's why he never really got very far. A man of his age ought to have been, well, at least an assistant manager.
Yes. Now, you've told us that on Friday the 7th of September, the accused withdrew some money from his account. Now, was the account, in fact, the joint account of himself and his wife?
Yes, that is correct.
And how much did he draw out?
£250, everything except £5 and a few pence.
One last matter, Mr. Gerard. You were asked by my learned friend about telephone calls that you made to the accused's home, and you've told us that on one occasion you spoke to his son, who said that his father was at home. When was that telephone call?
That was the Tuesday.
It'll be Tuesday, the 18th of September.
Yes, my lord, that would be it.
Did you ask to speak to the accused?
I did. Robert put the phone down and went away. When he came back, he said his father couldn't come to the telephone.
Couldn't come to the telephone.
Yes, sir.
And you say the accused's wife has left him.
Well, that's what the son told me over the phone, that his mother and sister had left home. But I see Mrs. McDowell is in the court.
Yes, I see. Thank you, Mr. Gerard. Have you any questions, my lord?
Good morning.
I call Mrs. Sumner.
Sarah Sumner, please.
My lord, may I ask if Mr. Gerard can be released? He has some very pressing engagements.
Oh, yes, I'm sure he has. Yes, he can go.
Thank you, my lord.
What is your religion?
Church of England.
Take the Bible in your right hand and read aloud the words on the card.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Mrs. Sumner, what is your full name?
Sarah Elizabeth Sumner,
And where do you live?
41 Stapleton Avenue.
Fulchester.
Yes,
You are a widow, are you not, Mrs. Sumner? But you have a daughter, Fiona.
yes, that is correct.
How old is she?
14.
Do you have any other children?
No.
Where does Fiona attend school?
At Fulchester Comprehensive. Well, there being just the two of us, I always thought it better to send her to day school.
When did Fiona's autumn term begin?
On September the 10th.
And did she attend school that day?
No.
Why not?
She had vanished the afternoon before, on the Sunday. It was awful when it got dark and she hadn't come home. I waited until about 11 o'clock and then I telephoned the police.
When did she return?
On the Thursday.
The 13th.
Yes. I was quite desperate by then. It was 6 o'clock in the evening and the doorbell rang and I thought it must be someone with some news. I went to the door and it was Fiona. She more or less fell into my arms. She was so tired.
It must have been a tremendous relief.
Oh, yes. And the police had been looking for her on Shepingham Common, dragging ponds, everything.
Was Fiona's disappearance a surprise to you?
A surprise? Well, of course it was.
Do you and Fiona have a close relationship?
Very close. I suppose it's because of her not having a father.
So far as you know, did Fiona, prior to her disappearance, know McDowell at all?
Well, like me, she may have said hello once or twice, but that would be all.
I'm afraid you can't tell us what Fiona told you when she came home, but you could perhaps tell us about her appearance.
Or just what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she'd been crying. She was soaked through. And when I undressed her to give her bath, I noticed there were marks, bruises on her wrists, as though someone had been gripping them hard. And on her legs. I put her to bed, and she slept for about 10 hours. And then she had something to eat, and then she slept for another 10.
Now, you say that Fiona, prior to her disappearance, wouldn't have known McDowell any better than you, and you at the most had a nodding acquaintance with him.
Yes.
May she be shown the bundle of photographs?
Yes.
This is Exhibit 2, my lord.
Mm-hmm.
Will you look at the photographs, Mrs. Sumner? Do you recognise the girl in the photographs?
Yes, of course, it's Fiona.
Yes, and as we can see, the man is the accused. Now, so far as you know, was there any occasion prior to her disappearance when those photographs could have been taken?
No. No, they must have been taken whilst she was away.
As I indicated, my lord, I propose to interpose this officer and to complete Mrs. Sumner's evidence later. The officer has a pressing engagement elsewhere tomorrow.
Yes, Mr. Lloyd, let him be sworn.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Sergeant Stanley Crossman, Fulchester Central Police Station, my lord.
Sergeant, were you the officer in charge of this case, and did you interview all the witnesses?
Yes, sir.
Sergeant, did you on Monday the 24th of September go to an address in Fulchester?
May I consult me notebook, my lord?
Mr. Golding, any objection?
No, my lord, I've seen a copy. He may read from it if he wishes.
Sergeant?
Yes, my lord. I went to the Firs, 19 Stapleton Avenue, Fulchester. As a result of inquiries at the house, I went to a garage at the bottom of the garden where I saw the accused.
What was he doing?
He was lying underneath a car, my lord.
Doing some work on it?
Yes, my lord. I said to him, Miss Fiona Sumner, 14 years old, of 41 Stapleton Avenue, went missing on Sunday the 9th of September. She returned to her home on Thursday the 13th. She says that you persuaded her to go away with you and that together you drove to John O'Groats. Her mother says that her permission was not obtained for this trip.
Did he say anything?
He said he knew nothing about Fiona Sumner going missing. I said, do you know this girl? He said, yes, I do. She lives up the road. I said, is it true that she visits you at this garage? He said, yes, sometimes. I said, did you go away on Sunday the 9th? He said, yes, I went to John O'Groats in this. I went for the record.
What did he mean by in this?
His old car, my lord.
Do you know what he meant by the record?
No, my lord.
I gather from questions put to Mr. Gerard that it's some kind of Austin 7 speed record. No doubt we shall have that to explain to us later. Yes, Mr. Lloyd?
Was there any other conversation?
Yes, I said, did you go alone? He replied, yes, I did.
Then what?
Well, I asked if I could have a look at his car. I said it was very nice and must be worth a few bob, so he let me have a look over it.
And did you see anything?
Yes, I found a camera with a film in it.
And did you take possession of it?
I did, my lord.
And did you have that film processed?
I did, my lord.
And may he be shown Exhibit 2? Are these the photographs developed from that film?
They are, my lord.
Of course, the photographs could have been taken anywhere and at any time.
He said they were taken out Sheppingham way a few weekends previously, my lord.
Yes, but did you specifically ask him whether he had in fact taken them between the 9th and the 13th of December on the way to or from Scotland?
I did, but as I said, he denied this.
Did you find anything else in the car?
Yes, I found some tapes.
Tapes? You mean from a tape recorder?
Yes, my lord.
Oh, dear.
Did you ask the accused about them?
I did, my lord. I said, what have you got on here? He said, the engine.
The engine?
Yes, my lord, he meant the sound of the engine.
Why on earth should anyone want to make a tape recording of the sound of a motor car?
That's what I said, my lord. He said, it's just for the record, happy memories.
Yes, I suppose on reflection it's not so strange. After all, it is possible to buy a long playing record of the noise of a steam locomotive. Yes, please go on.
What did you do?
Well, I asked him when he'd recorded them, and he said he'd done it on his trip to Scotland.
He said he'd made them on his trip to Scotland. Did you ask him anything else?
Well, I asked if we could play them, and he said his machine was broken.
So what did you do?
Well, I took them away with me when I terminated the interview.
So you didn't arrest him that day?
No, my lord, that was the next day after I'd listened to the tapes.
And you now produce the tapes?
Yes, my lord.
Mr. Golding, do you have any comment about these tapes?
No, my lord, I have heard them. There is no dispute as to their authenticity.
Oh, very well. Mr. Lloyd?
Thank you, my lord. This will be Exhibit 3. Switch on, please.
The relevant part's a bit farther on, my lord.
There's hardly a damning piece of evidence so far, Mr. Lloyd. It really seems to me as though the John O'Groats tapes may turn out to be as illuminating on vital issues as the Watergate ones.
Very good. Yes, go on.
Come on, Fee. Hey, you haven't switched on already, have you, Fee? You're wasting the battery.
Shall I crank it?
All right, Fee, but mind it doesn't bite.
Oh, what's the matter, Phil?
Oh, come on, let's have a look. Why, you daft thing, you haven't reconnected the distributor lead. Go on, then. Try now.
Yes, thank you. That was the tape that he said he'd made on his trip to Scotland.
Yes, my lord.
Can you identify the voices on that tape?
Well, the man's voice is definitely the accused, and I'd say I'm pretty certain that the girl's voice is Fiona Sumner.
You've spoken to her. You know her voice.
Yes, my lord.
And those are the tapes which the accused told you he had made on his trip to John O'Groats,
Yes, my lord.
which journey he had told you he had made alone.
Correct, my lord.
What did you do when you'd heard the tapes?
The next day, I returned to the accused's home, cautioned him, arrested him, and took him to the police station.
Did he say anything when you arrested him?
Yes, my lord. He said, "Do what you like with me. My wife's left me. I've lost my job. Everything's finished. I had nothing to do with the girl's disappearance."
Now, as officer in charge of this case, did you commission a medical report on the girl, Fiona Sumner?
Yes, sir.
My lord, yourself and the jury have had copies of this, which is agreed evidence.
Mr. Golding?
Indeed, my lord.
Yes, now this states that the bruises sustained by the girl are conclusive with a fall, and the superficial bruising on her wrists is possibly due to a tight manual grip. The examination shows that Fiona Sumner was not Virgo intacta, but found no signs of recent sexual activity or assault.
Now, just to get the record straight, Sergeant, Fiona Sumner has not at any time suggested that she was in any way interfered with sexually.
Quite right, sir.
And the complete absence of sexual activity in this case has been borne out by a medical examination, has it not?
Yes, sir.
And it's right also, isn't it, Sergeant, that my client has never before been charged with, let alone convicted of, a criminal offence.
Quite right, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Does your lordship have any questions?
No, you are released. Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you, my lord.
I recall Mrs. Sumner.
Sarah Sumner, please.
You are still on oath, Mrs. Sumner, you understand?
Yes.
Mrs. Sumner, I was asking you about these. Now, the accused told the police that these photographs were taken a few weeks before the week beginning Sunday the 9th of September, and apparently the accused claims they were taken on Sheffingham Common. Now, would that have been possible without you knowing it?
No, quite impossible. I would have known about it. When we were on holiday throughout the whole of August in Cornwall, and when we came back that first weekend in September, we had my sister staying, and Fiona wouldn't have wanted to leave the house then.
Yes, I see. Thank you, Mrs. Sumner.
Mrs. Sumner, would you say it would take something pretty extraordinary to compel your daughter to go away?
Like force?
Oh, yes. Or some other quite extraordinary circumstance which you, because of your frank relationship with her, would know to have existed? Mrs. Sumner, have you been frank with this court?
I have sworn to be.
And have you been?
I have.
Very well. Let's see. Your daughter was on very friendly terms with Mr. McDowell, was she not?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh. Don't you know that from about the spring of 1973, she was a regular visitor to his garage at the bottom of his garden, where he worked on his old car?
Is that what he is saying? I suppose you'd have to say something like
just
that,
answer the
wouldn't you?
question, Mrs. Sumner. Did you know that?
I'm sorry, my lord. I did not know it, and I do not believe it. Besides, what would she have wanted to go there for?
Just to talk, apparently. At least once a week. Sometimes more often. Now, Mrs. Sumner, about this late husband of yours. What was his name?
I really don't see what on earth that has to do with this case.
Nor do I, Mrs. Sumner, for the moment, but I'm sure that Mr. Golding wouldn't ask the question if he didn't think it was relevant, so will you please answer?
What was the question?
I asked what your husband's name was.
Archie. Archibald Havelock Sumner.
And when did he die?
In 1958, in the December, when I was 3 months pregnant with Fiona.
And what caused his death?
He was killed in a road accident. He was always a fast driver. His car turned over.
Was it a happy marriage?
It was very short. We were only married in the July of that year.
Mr. Golding, when are we coming to the point? These questions are bound to be distressing, you know.
My lord, I assure you I asked them on instructions which warrant them, as your lordship will see if you will bear with me.
All right, go on.
Mrs. Sumner, was it a happy marriage?
Yes, it was.
And you've brought Fiona up to believe that her father was dead?
Believe? Well, yes, of course. I've already told you that he's dead.
No, Mrs. Sumner, your husband did not die in December 1958, and he's still alive today.
But he's dead. My lord, must I go on answering these questions?
You will answer, Mrs. Sumner.
He was killed. Killed in the accident.
Mrs. Sumner, it's right, isn't it, in the early, full-blooded days of your relationship, that your husband had a pet name for you, didn't he?
Yes.
A name that only you and he would know.
Yes.
He used to call you Entelechy, didn't he?
Yes. How did you know?
Because he's still alive, Mrs. Sumner.
All right, he is. Yes, he is alive. Well, perhaps I should have told the truth, but I simply didn't want Fiona to know. She believes her father is dead. It's best left that way, that's all.
I see. Why did you conceal from your daughter the fact that her father is alive?
Our marriage was not a happy one. We had certain differences. Certain...
Yes, Mrs. Sumner?
We didn't agree about certain aspects of the intimate side of our married life, my lord. When he left, he said he never wanted to see me again. It was mutual. But I was already pregnant. He said that for the sake of the child, he hoped I miscarried or that it died at birth. And that was in December 1958, and I've never seen him since. He's never tried to see Fiona, so I thought it better to lie to her. Besides, he's not fit for society.
Mr. Golding?
Mrs. Sumner, do you know where your former husband lives now? Mrs. Sumner?
I'm sorry?
Where does your former husband live now?
Oh, I don't know. Our maintenance is paid through his solicitors. So that he won't have to think about us, it is adjusted according to the retail price index.
I know where he lives, Mrs. Sumner.
Where?
In Scotland, my lord, some 25 miles from John O'Groats.
The case of the Queen against McDowell will be resumed tomorrow in the Crown Court. At the end of August 1973, 40-year-old bank clerk Philip McDowell returned with his wife and 2 teenage children from their annual holiday in Wales. His life seemed to run according to a set pattern, but within 6 weeks his wife had left him, he'd lost his job, his mortgage was in arrears, and he was charged with abducting a 14-year-old girl, Fiona Sumner, who lived in the same road. The second day of McDowell's trial at Fulchester Crown Court has begun, and the girl in question, Fiona Sumner, is giving evidence.
So, from time to time, you used to visit the accused when he was working on his Austin 7 in his garage?
Yes.
How often?
I didn't count. Once or twice a week.
At least once a week.
Why did you do that?
I don't know.
What did you do in the garage?
Just talked. And sometimes I helped him, holding a spanner or a bolt or something.
But if these visits were all so innocent, why did you conceal them from your mother?
I don't know. Well, I suppose I thought she wouldn't like it. She doesn't mean to be, but she's jealous. She doesn't like me spending much time with other people.
Yes, I see.
Did you like Mr. McDowell?
I did then, yes.
Why?
He was, well, different. He listened. You could say anything to him.
Yes, I see. Now, did you visit the garage on the weekend of the 1st and the 2nd of September?
Yes.
When?
On Sunday, I think it was.
And did Mr. McDowell tell you something?
Yes.
What was it?
He said that Noel Dobbs had driven from Fulchester to John O'Groats the week before.
Did you know who Noel Dobbs was?
Oh, yes. He also had an Austin 7, a Nippy. He lives in Apsley.
What else did McDowell say?
He said that Noel had done the journey in just over 14 hours. He said that was an average of about 30 miles an hour and that we'd never hear the end of it.
Then what happened?
I asked him if he could do it quicker.
And what did he say exactly?
He said, "What? In the mighty machine?" That's what he called his car. "Sure I can, Fee." That's what he called me.
Then what?
I said, "Well then, why don't you?" And he said, "All right, Fee, I will, when my holiday comes up."
Was there any more discussion about it on that occasion? Did you visit the garage again the following week?
Yes.
When?
On Wednesday, I think.
And did he discuss his record attempt then?
Yes, he said he'd half a mind to go next week. Oh, but later on
Can you remember his exact words?
Well, I'll try. He said, "Fee, why don't you come with me? It's nice enough to have the hood down."
What did you say?
I said I couldn't. School was starting, and anyway, Mum wouldn't let me.
And what did he say?
He said, "Well, don't tell your Mum then." He got quite worked up on the idea. He said he'd thought it all out and we could go on Sunday.
Did you want to go?
No, not at first, but, well, he went on and on, so in the end I said I would. I was to go round on Sunday at 2:30, after lunch, when Mrs. McDowell would be washing up.
So she wasn't to be told either then? Is that what you did?
Yes.
When did you arrive in John O'Groats?
On Monday at about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, was that a new record?
No,
Pity.
Did you then set out for home?
no,
Why not?
he wouldn't. He said he wanted us to do a tour of the West Coast.
Again, did you want to?
No.
Why not?
Well, I knew that Mum and everyone would be worried.
So what happened?
Well, I was very tired, so I said I'd try and get some sleep in the car.
Go on.
Well, I curled up under the rug in the passenger seat. He just wandered off by himself for a bit. Later he came back and sat beside me and put his arm round me. I pretended to be asleep, and eventually I went to sleep.
What's the next thing you remember?
When I woke up, he was fast asleep with his head on my shoulder. I tried to get out of the car without waking him, but when I opened the door, he woke and said, "Where are you going?" I told him I was going home.
What was his reaction to that?
Well, he said I wasn't going anywhere. He took hold of me and shook me. I was scared. I tried to get away, but we both fell over and I hit my leg against a rock. It was bleeding. I just got up and ran. When I looked back, he was just lying there on the ground.
Yes. And as we know, you finally arrived home on the evening of Thursday, the 13th of September.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Miss Sumner, you were brought up, were you not, in the belief that your father was dead?
Yes.
Yes. And what, in fact, did your mother say had happened to your father?
She said he'd been killed in a road accident.
And you believed that until this year?
Yes.
Yes. You had no recollection of your father?
What?
You don't remember ever having seen your father?
No.
No. And what did you know about him? You did know something about him, didn't you?
That he went to Cambridge, I knew that. And that he was well off. He had no brothers or sisters, and his parents were dead. Oh, yes, he liked cars. And he was good at games.
Was that all you knew? Didn't you ask any more of your mother?
Yes, I did, but, well, she always said that talking about him upset her. She always said, "You don't want to go on upsetting me, do you? So stop asking these questions."
Now, you knew, did you not only that he'd been to Cambridge, but you knew the name of his college.
Oh, yes, Mum did tell me that once. Trinity Hall.
And you told Mr. McDowell this, didn't you, in about July?
I told him all sorts of things. I trusted him.
And he suggested that you should write to Trinity Hall in case they had a photograph of your father somewhere.
Yes.
And you did write, didn't you?
Yes.
And the college did have a photograph. And they sent you a copy. So you discovered what your father looked like.
Yes.
Yes. And you discovered from the college something else, didn't you? That your father was alive.
Well, that's what they said, but they were wrong.
How do you know?
Because if he was alive, he'd have wanted to see me. The college got it all wrong. Well, they were talking about someone else called Sumner. I mean, there must be thousands of people called Sumner. You know, if
I'll come to all this later, Miss Sumner, but the fact is that in July, the college sent you a photograph, and with it a covering letter from the head porter saying that he assumed you were a relation of Archibald Sumner and therefore might like his present address. And you told Mr. McDowell this, and you showed him the photograph on Sunday the 2nd of September. Now, may we be shown Exhibit 4, please? Is that the photograph, Miss Sumner?
Yes. Yes, that's the one. I tore it up.
If Mrs. Sumner wishes to look at this photograph later on, she may do so. No doubt she will be able to tell us whether the college has got her husband confused with someone else or not.
I'd rather not see it, if you don't mind. I have no wish to see it.
We shan't make you, Mrs. Sumner. Now, when you received this photograph and the letter from your father's old college, did you not then discuss the matter with your mother? Why not?
Well, I thought obviously she didn't want me to know about him. I thought she might stop me... well, interfere. Well, it was obviously no good talking to her about him, was it?
And then you said, if we went for Noel Dobbs' record, we could go and look for father too. Will you take me?
No, it was his idea to go to Scotland.
Miss Sumner, just answer the question. Did you say the words I've just read out?
No.
And Mr. McDowell said you couldn't go without your mother's permission.
No, he said I wasn't to tell anyone.
And then he said he would take you if your mother agreed and that you were to ask her and let him know.
No, that's not true. He knew if I asked my mother she wouldn't let me go. But he just kept on saying, come on, Fee, it'll be such fun, and how smashing the weather was, and wouldn't I like to see my dad?
What was the factor that persuaded you to go? The chance to see your father?
Well, I wouldn't have gone otherwise.
And this was his suggestion and not yours?
Yes.
And the journey, on the journey, you and Mr. McDowell, you got on very well, didn't you? You called him Phil, and he called you Fee.
Yes.
Yeah. And the weather was very beautiful, wasn't it? And you had picnics? Yes. And you were really enjoying yourself. You were really enjoying getting away from home, away from your mother for the first time in your life. Weren't you?
Yes.
Yes. And then, when you got to John O'Groats, you wanted to go and see your father.
Oh, I did want to see my father, yes.
Yes, but it was early in the morning when you got to John O'Groats, wasn't it? And you were both tired, and Mr. McDowell said that you ought to telephone first, so you slept until 9 o'clock. Yes. And then you telephoned and spoke to your father and asked if you could go and see him. And he said there would be no purpose in your going. He had no daughter. And you pleaded with your father to let you see him.
I keep on telling you, he's not my father. The college got it all wrong.
But your father put the telephone down, and Mr. McDowell said, come on, Fee, we'd better go back to Fulchester. I'll take you home tomorrow.
No, that's not so. All the time you were there, he kept on saying, let's go to the West Coast. Let's go and see the islands.
You were very upset, angry. Yes, and Mr. McDowell said, Fee, he doesn't want to see you, just forget him. And you ran out of the telephone box, and he ran after you and caught hold of you, and you pulled yourself away and fell over. And that's how you got those bruises on your wrists. And then you ran off. Now, that's all correct, isn't it? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Now, somehow, you made your way to Thurso, and Mr. McDowell had driven there too, and he was waiting for you in the road outside your father's house. Now, you went up the drive.
By herself?
Yes, my lord. And you rang the bell. But your father didn't answer the door to you. And when you came back down the drive, you were crying. Now, that's right, isn't it? Yes. And Mr. McDowell had got out of his car, and he was waiting for you, and he said, come on, Fee, I'll take you home. And you said that you'd wished he'd never brought you there, you'd wished you'd stayed at home, you said it was all his fault, and that you'd never have known your father was alive if he hadn't suggested you should write to the college.
He's not my father!
What makes you so sure, Miss Sumner?
Because when I went up the drive and rang the bell, He just shouted through the door, "Go away, young woman. I won't open the door, so go away." Well, if he was my father, he wouldn't have done that, would he?
So you never saw this man at all?
No. He just shouted through the door.
What did you do in the evenings, Mr. McDowell, or at weekends?
I worked on the car mostly. I was upholstering it bit by bit.
Renovating it?
Yes.
It's a chummy, isn't it?
It's an Austin 7 Tourer, my lord. It became known as the chummy later, yes.
Yeah, 1935?
1930, my lord.
Ah.
And when did Fiona Sumner start visiting you at your garage?
Oh, about May, it must have been. I knew her by sight, anyhow. One evening I just looked up and there she was, standing at the garage door.
Did you grow to like her?
Yes, I thought she was a nice girl, and she seemed a bit lonely, being an only child.
What on earth did you and a 14-year-old girl find in common? What did you talk about?
All sorts, my lord. Well, what she wanted to do in life, and well, all sorts.
And did she sometimes help you with the car?
Oh, yes.
Now, we've heard that a Mr. Noel Dobbs from Fulchester...
Absolutely.
Well, near Fulchester, drove his Austin 7 from Fulchester to John O'Groats in August. Now, that's right, isn't it?
Yes, it's 477 miles. He did it in 14 hours and 6 minutes. That's an average of 34 miles per hour.
Well, I say, that's very fast. I'm sure the Austin 7 that I had in 1938 would never have done it as quickly as that.
Yes, well, it takes a bit of time to get up speed, but they're faster than people think. If they're taken care of, that is. They're very...
I think we'll go into that now. Now, this fellow, Dobbs, wasn't it? He made this record run, and you thought that you would like to do a run too. Now, why didn't you ask your own children to go with you?
Oh, they weren't interested. Robert gets bored in cars, and Alison, well, she has her friends.
Did you ask her to come?
Oh, yes, 10 days before. Oh, they would both have been at school anyway.
Fiona Sumner missed school on account of this trip of yours. That didn't seem to worry you?
Well, it would only have been for a couple of days.
Now, whose idea was it that you and she should go to Scotland together?
Oh, hers. She said that...
When?
On the Sunday evening. Sunday, September the 2nd, it would be. She showed me the photograph of her father that the college had sent her, and she said, if we went for the record, we could go and look for father. Will you take me?
Those were her exact words?
Yes. Well, at first I said no, and then she said that she'd go anyway, even if I didn't take her.
Now, did you tell your wife what you planned to do?
Yes.
And she agreed?
Yes.
Yeah. And did you make any arrangements to get off work? Mr. McDowell, did you make any arrangements to get off work?
Yes.
Yes. Now, was Fiona Sumner happy during the journey?
Oh, yes. Yes, very happy. Well, Sunday was beautiful. I even thought of having the windscreen open. We got a bit tired, but we were in good spirits.
How do you know she was happy?
Well, she was laughing and joking.
And did Fiona try to get away from you on those occasions when you stopped?
No, why should she?
Would you have tried to stop her if she'd wanted to go?
Well, I'd have tried to take her to a station or something.
Yeah. Now, what happened when you got to John O'Groats?
Well, Fiona was all for ringing her father there and then, but I said you couldn't do that at that hour of the morning, and I suggested that she got some sleep first. So she curled up with a rug in the front seat of the car, and I wandered around for a bit.
Did she make a phone call later that day?
Yes, I woke her at 9, and we went to a telephone box and we looked up this number.
Whose number?
His. And, I'm sorry, her father's.
Yes. And were you in the telephone box when she rang?
Yes, yes. She asked to speak to Mr. Archibald Sumner. And when he answered, she said, "This is Fiona speaking. I'm your daughter." Well, he replied that he hadn't got a daughter, that she must have got the wrong Sumner, and he said that there was no purpose in her coming to see him.
And did you say something?
Yes, I suggested that she came back to Fulchester. I said I'd take her home the next day. Well, after we'd rested for a bit. Well, she was very upset. She was crying, as you'd expect.
Yes. Now, I don't think there's any dispute about what happened after that, Mr. McDowell. There was a struggle, and she and you made your way independently to Archibald Sumner's house, where she was turned away from the door. And then you returned to John O'Groats to book a hotel, at which moment she disappeared, leaving a note saying that she was going home and you were not to follow her.
That's correct, yes.
Did you follow her?
No, I thought she would be better off on her own.
Now, did you at any time suggest that you and she should go off on a tour of the west of Scotland?
No. Oh, I did once mention that it would be a nice thing to do.
But you never made a specific suggestion that you and she should go?
No.
After she left John O'Groats on the Monday, what did you do?
I stayed the night at the hotel, and then I went off to the west coast.
Ah, so you did go to the west coast?
Oh, yes. Yes, but I never proposed to her that she should come. I only went after she had gone.
Why?
Well, I really couldn't think of anything else to do. I mean, I wasn't expected home for a few days, you see.
You, in fact, returned home to Fulchester on Friday, the 14th of September?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. McDowell. Will you wait there, please?
Mr. McDowell, now just tell me whether I understand your case correctly. Miss Sumner suggested she should accompany you on a trip to Scotland to enable her to visit her imaginary father and for you to break Mr. Dobbs's record for the run.
That's right, yes.
She persuaded you to take her. You did not persuade her. You obtained a week's holiday from Mr. Gerard, the manager at the bank. You obtained your wife's consent. And Fiona Sumner told you that her mother had given her consent.
Yes.
And your intention was to do the run, perhaps wait whilst the girl saw this imagined father, and then come straight back, a trip of a week at the most.
Yes, that's right.
Now, when you were arrested by Sergeant Crossman, he told you of your right to remain silent.
Yes.
Yes, but you nevertheless elected to say something. You said, "Do what you like with me. My wife's left me. I've lost my job. Everything's finished. I had nothing to do with the girl's disappearance." Now, when you elected not to exercise your right to remain silent, if the story you're now telling us is true, why on earth did you not tell it to Sergeant Crossman?
Well, I didn't think.
Exactly. You hadn't thought it up then, but you have now.
It's the truth.
Now, it's right, is it not, that your employers gave you a mortgage on your house some 10 years ago?
Yes.
Yes. And that mortgage has now been called in, has it not?
Well, I'm trying to get another, but it's very difficult. You see, I'm still unemployed.
Yes, quite. We're not concerned with that. The point I'm getting at is that the mortgage has been called in because you defaulted on your repayments, and you defaulted on those because on the Friday before your trip to Scotland, you withdrew £250 in cash from the joint account with your wife.
No, look, it's not correct. You see, with the bank, if an employee leaves, then the mortgage becomes repayable at once. Well, when I was sacked, my mortgage became repayable.
Oh, is that so? In any event, you did draw out all that money, leaving only £5 in the account. Now, what did you want all that money for? An extended tour for two of the west coast of Scotland?
I've already explained. I only decided on that because I couldn't think of anything else to do.
Oh, really? Now, you've told us that Fiona told you that her mother had agreed to the trip.
Yes.
Did you believe Fiona when she told you that?
I did, yes.
Oh, come on now, Mr. McDowell. You believed that a woman would agree to her 14-year-old daughter going away with a man to whom she'd barely ever spoken?
It sounds silly, I know.
Well, look, if your daughter had come and asked you if she could go away on a trip with a 40-year-old married man who you'd never met, would you have agreed? Nonsense, isn't it? Now, you say that you asked your wife about the trip and she agreed.
Yes.
Well, when and where did this conversation take place?
At home, in the sitting room, one evening after supper. It would be Thursday, September the 6th.
Was anyone else present during this conversation?
Robert, my son, well, he was in the house, but there was no one else in the room.
You told your wife that Fiona Sumner was going away with you?
Yes.
And she agreed?
Yes.
Well, had you ever before this asked your wife to agree to your going away with the teenage girl?
No.
And your wife agreed, without any objection, just like that?
Yes.
Oh, come on now, Mr. McDowell. Your wife has left you, hasn't she?
I don't know if it's definite.
Well, is she living with you?
No. No, she and Alison, that's my daughter, they're staying at her mother's. I've asked her to come back, but she said she'll make up her mind after this.
This trial?
Yes.
Why did she leave you?
I don't know.
Oh, come on now, Mr. McDowell. Your wife has left you, and you don't know why.
I don't.
Well, have you asked her?
No.
Was your marriage unhappy by September of 1973?
Not as such.
What do you mean, as such? It's either yes or no.
No.
No. So your wife left you, did she not? Because you took this trip with the girl without telling her, and because you drew out from the bank the only means of support available for your family.
I asked her. She agreed.
Your wife is in court today, is she not?
Yes?
Well, can I take it, therefore, that she's not going to give evidence to back you up?
She won't give evidence.
She won't lie for you, is that it?
No. No, she just won't do anything for me anymore.
And when Sergeant Crossman asked you if you'd gone alone to Scotland, you said yes, didn't you? And that was a lie, wasn't it?
Yes.
Well, if you'd done nothing wrong, if your wife assented, and so far as you knew, Fiona's mother had assented, why did you have to lie? Why did you have to conceal that Fiona had been with you?
I don't know. I just said it.
You lied, and you don't know why. But that's not the only lie, is it? Another lie is in the suggestion that Mr. Gerard agreed to your having a week's holiday. Yes? It's a lie? It's all untrue?
Yes.
Did you not go and see Mr. Gerard, the manager? Mr. Golding, I take a very serious view of this. Mr. Gerard was cross-examined on the basis that the accused had obtained his permission to take a week off. When Mr. Gerard denied this, it was inferred that he was lying. Yet now your client withdraws the entire allegation. I think an apology is owed to Mr. Gerard.
I give it most readily, my lord.
Yes, I expected you to behave with your usual courtesy, Mr. Golding, but it is your client who should be apologizing.
May I say something?
Yes, I think you should.
I didn't ask Mr. Gerard for the week off. I did upset my wife and my daughter. Well, now they've left. I did draw all that money out, and I didn't tell my wife that I was going. But I didn't persuade Fiona to go. That was her idea. And I'm still glad that we went because we were happy. We were really happy up there in Scotland with the car. We were both happy. I mean, she didn't come to any harm because of me, only because of her family and the stupid ideas about not telling her that her father was alive. People say that I'm disgusting. Well, I'm not. And I'm not ashamed. I went because... Well, because I'm over 40 and I'm fed up with the bank and my wife and my kids and I have no reason to stay together anymore. Well, there's no love there. There's no affection. I wanted for once in my life to do something spontaneous, something adventurous, something that I wanted to do, not that other people told me to do. And when I did it, I was exhilarated and I drew all my money out because I wasn't coming back.
But you did come back, didn't you?
The case of the Queen against McDowell will be resumed tomorrow in the Crown Court. At the end of August 1973, 40-year-old bank clerk Philip McDowell returned with his wife and two teenage children from their annual holiday in Wales. Within 6 weeks, his wife had left him, he'd lost his job, his mortgage was in arrears, and he was charged with abducting a 14-year-old girl, Fiona, who lived in the same road. The girl has not been interfered with sexually and makes no complaints of his having made advances to her, but she has claimed that Philip McDowell persuaded her to go with him without her mother's consent to Scotland in search of her father, whom she's never seen and whom she until recently believed to be dead. McDowell denies this, saying that on the contrary it was Fiona who persuaded him. The trial is now in its third day.
You say you were unsettled when you came back from your family holiday in August. Was your marriage positively unhappy?
Well, not unhappy as such. I wasn't really sure what it was. All I knew was that I had to get away from Fulchester. Well, once I got up to Scotland, after Fiona had left, I began to see things more clearly. It was... well, it had become more of a routine than a marriage. I hadn't been making a proper effort. I let everything get into a routine.
You weren't sharing at all in each other's interests.
Well, it was all right on holiday with the children, going for walks and picnics and things in Wales, but when we got home, well, my wife went back to the housework and I got on with the car.
Did your wife take any interest in your car, your hobby?
No, she said it was silly.
Didn't she ever go out for runs with you in your car?
No. But then you can see her point of view. Old cars do break down, and some people think they're funny.
Did your car break down a lot?
Oh, no, an Austin 7's very reliable, if you take care of it, that is. I left it out all night during that hard winter we had, 1962, was it? When we had 20 degrees of frost. Well, it started first thing in the morning as soon as I touched the starter.
Anyhow, your wife never took any interest in your motoring activities. Now, did she nag you about the car?
Well, not nag as such. She used to say, why couldn't we get a proper car? You can see her point of view.
And what else was going on when you came back from your holiday which made you feel unsettled? Did you get on well with the children?
Well, they're good kids, like any other teenagers. Robert's 16 now. Alison's 13. Well, they're noisy. They like playing records, watching television, never going out and doing something. I let it get a bit on top of me.
So what you're saying is that you realized all this when you were up in Scotland and had time to think, and that's why you came back, instead of driving perpetually into the sunset in your 35-year-old motor car.
Oh, yes. And the fact that, well, my family is my responsibility, and I'd left them, well, virtually destitute, let's admit it.
Your wife has not come back to you?
No. She and Alison are staying at her mother's.
Mr. Golding, anything else?
No, my lord.
Very well, you may return to the dock.
I call Robert McDowell.
Yes.
Robert McDowell, please.
You are Mr. Philip McDowell's son.
Yes, sir.
You're 16.
Yes, sir.
You believe in God and understand the meaning of an oath?
Well, I think I believe enough to take the oath, if that's what you mean.
Very well, let him be sworn.
Take the Bible in your right hand and read aloud the words on the card.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You are Robert Edwin McDowell, the son of the accused?
Yes, sir.
And where do you live?
The Firs, 19 Stapleton Avenue, Fulchester.
Yes. Were you aware that your father intended to go on this run to Scotland? That is to say, aware before he left?
No, sir.
After your father had left, did your mother stay at home?
Yes, Alice and my sister stayed until Friday, just before Dad got back.
And what happened when your father came home?
Well, we knew he was all right because he telephoned on Tuesday and told us he was in Scotland.
You hadn't been to the police by then?
No. We were going to report him missing the following day. We'd decided that, but then he phoned, so we didn't.
Your mother and Alison left before your father got back. Why was that?
Well, it was all the gossip. That Dad had actually run off with Fiona Sumner. Well, they were behaving like lunatics, so they just walked out of the house.
They believed it, you didn't.
Well, it's a question of giving someone a hearing before you convict them, isn't it, sir?
Yes, yes, it is indeed. Mr. Golding.
Did your father tell you something about what he'd been doing?
My lord, the witness really cannot be allowed to answer that question.
Mr. Golding?
My lord, my learned friend, in cross-examining my client, has suggested that certain of his evidence is a recent fabrication. Well, in these circumstances, I am clearly entitled to call evidence of a previous consistent nature.
Yes, yes, that must be right. Mustn't it, Mr. Lloyd?
Yes, my lord, but only if the questions and the answers are confined to statements which I have suggested to be recent fabrications.
Will you now answer the question?
Yes, sir. He told me that it was Fiona's idea that she should come, and that she told him, that's Dad, that her mother said it was okay. He said he and Fiona hadn't been up to anything.
Any what?
He didn't say, sir, but I think he was referring to sex.
I think you should know that your father is not charged with any sexual offence. Anything else, Mr. Golding?
No, my lord.
Your mother and sister have not stood by your father. They've left.
Yes, sir. Dad thinks they might come back, but I know they won't.
You, however, have decided to stick by him.
Yes, sir.
I take it, then, that you don't disapprove of what your father has done.
Well, it's not all his fault for a start, sir. Well, all the neighbours are jabbering away, blaming him for everything. calling him a disgusting pig. But all he's done is make a break from a bad situation with a girl looking for an imaginary father.
What do you mean by a bad situation?
Well, sir, as I see it now, we'd got ourselves into two camps. There was Mum and Ali on one side, who didn't take the slightest interest in anything except household equipment, women's magazines and pop music. But they did care about what the other cared about. And neither did we care about them. Mum and Ali did all the cooking and so on. We ate the food, took it all for granted, Dad and I. But we even ignored each other.
Oh, the question I had asked was that I take it you don't disapprove of what your father's done. Well, you've answered that. But would I be right in saying that you actually approve of what he's done?
Yes, I do. Well, it was the right thing to do. Bring everything to an issue. Well, if Mum could only see it, and Alison, it could be all right now.
You approve of your father's actions and you've decided to see him through thick and thin.
Yes, sir.
And that is why you are lying for him, is it not? Lying about what he told you.
Is he allowed to say that?
Yes, he is. Just answer.
Well, the answer is that I'm not lying.
What do you think of these proceedings?
Oh, stupid. My father's a normal man. He was fed up. It's all a waste of time.
You feel scorn for the whole proceeding?
Yes, sir.
Must make it much easier to tell lies in proceedings which you hold in such scorn.
I'm not lying, sir. And Fiona knows it.
I have no re-examination.
Very well, you may leave the witness box.
I call Alison McDowell.
Alison McDowell, please.
Alison, you're 13, is that right?
Yes.
Do you understand the meaning of an oath in court?
Yes, it means I swear to tell the truth.
Very well.
Take the Bible in your right hand and read aloud the words on the card.
I promise before Almighty God to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Alison, what is your full name?
Susan Alison McDowell,
And where do you live?
86 Fulchester Towers.
With your grandmother?
And my mum, too.
Mm-hmm. Did your father ever say anything to you about Noel Dobbs' record run in his Austin 7 from Fulchester to John O'Groats?
Yes.
When was that?
It was near the end of August.
And what did he say?
He asked if I'd like to go with him to John O'Groats to beat Noel Dobbs' record.
And what did you say?
I said I didn't want to.
Can you remember exactly what you said?
Yes, I said he must be joking.
You said he must be joking. Did he ever ask you again about going?
You mean about me going? No.
Did he ever again discuss the trip with you?
Yes.
When?
The week before he went.
Went to Scotland?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what did he say?
He said Fiona Sumner had asked if she could go with him.
Fiona Sumner had asked if she could go with him. Go on.
And would I mind if she went?
You knew Fiona Sumner?
She's at school. Yeah. Only one form higher than me.
Yes, I see.
And what did you say?
I said no. I didn't mind.
Can you remember precisely what you said?
I think I said I couldn't care less.
You weren't interested in your father's old motor car?
Thank you.
You've left home with your mother, as I understand it.
Yes.
You're close to your mother, you're fond of her, you're closer to her than you are to your father.
I suppose so.
Now, did you tell your mother that your father had asked you to go to John O'Groats?
No.
No. Did you tell your mother that he told you that Fiona Sumner had asked if she could go with him?
No.
No. You're so close to your mother, but you didn't mention it?
No.
No. Why not?
I don't know.
When your father disappeared, you must have guessed that he'd gone to Scotland.
Yes.
And you noticed that Fiona was not at school.
Yes.
And you must have thought that Fiona had gone with your father.
Yes.
Well, why didn't you then tell your mother?
But your mother must have noticed, you must have noticed that your mother was worried and upset. And are you really saying that you didn't tell her what you've told us now?
I never told anyone except the solicitor.
You mean your father's solicitor?
Yes.
Then why did you not tell anyone?
I didn't dare.
What do you think about all this trial?
It's my fault.
How can it be your fault?
Well, if I said I'd go, none of this would have happened. Everything would have been all right.
Would you have enjoyed the trip?
No, I wouldn't. I don't like Dad's old banger. I suppose I should have said I'd go all the same, just to please him.
And is it because you feel guilty, feel responsible, that you're inventing these conversations with your father?
I'm not inventing them. Honest.
Aren't you?
No.
I have no re-examination, my lord.
Very well, you may go. I expect you should be at school, shouldn't you? Yes, she can be released, can't she?
Please, I'd like to stay.
Well, that's up to your mother, your parents, and your school. As far as I'm concerned, you are free to stay or go as you please.
Thank you.
I call Archibald Sumner.
Ah, the man who is reputed to be Fiona's long-lost father.
Indeed, my lord.
What is your religion?
C.V.
Take the book in your right hand and read aloud the words on the card.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
What is your full name?
Archibald Havelock Sumner.
And where do you live?
Old place near Thurso.
Were you at one time married to Sarah Elizabeth Sumner?
Yes, I was.
And do you and she have a daughter, Fiona Sarah Sumner?
Yes, though I have never seen her.
And did you, in September, receive a telephone call from Fiona?
From a girl who said she was my daughter, Fiona, yes. And I have no reason to doubt that it was she.
And can you remember when that call was?
Yes, it was in the morning of Monday, the 10th of September.
Did any conversation take place?
Yes. She said, "This is your daughter, Fiona, speaking." I said, "I haven't got a daughter. You must have the wrong Sumner." A pun. She said, "Please, would you let me come and see you?" I said there would be no purpose.
And then what happened?
I heard a man's voice say, "We must get back to Fulchester." I put the telephone down and started to barricade myself in. As her mother's daughter, I knew I was in for trouble. And I was right.
Yes, thank you.
Well, can I go now?
No, I'm afraid not.
Mr. Sumner, you and your wife parted with some bitterness.
That, my dear sir, is the understatement of the century. No doubt she will have told you that I did certain things which, quote, "no one could ever forgive," unquote. But there is another side to the story which I have no intention of relating and which I do not care to think about. It's over. It's buried. But unfortunately, spectres, gorgons and vampires don't always remain in their graves.
Yes, I can assure you, Mr. Sumner, I wasn't prying for details. Now, just tell me this, does your bitterness extend towards your daughter?
I have never met my daughter. I have no animosity towards her. I wish her well. After 15 years in the company of her mother, she probably needs all the help she can get. But I have no wish to meet her.
No, she's not getting any help from you.
No, I pay their maintenance, and I shall go on paying it. But that is all.
Have you remarried?
No, once is enough.
Did you come here voluntarily?
I did not. I was subpoenaed.
Yes, I see. Thank you.
I have no re-examination.
Very well, you may leave the witness box.
Well, may I go now, sir?
No! I think you should remain. You go and sit down. Find a seat in court.
That concludes the case for the defence, my lord.
Mr. Lloyd?
Members of the jury, abduction consists of taking a girl under 16 from the possession of her parents or guardian. Now, usually force is connected with abduction, but the offence of abduction can be committed without the use of force. If a man persuades a girl to go away with him without the consent of her parents, then he is guilty of abduction. Now, you will have noted that there are two charges in this case. Firstly, that on the 9th of September 1973, the accused abducted Fiona Sumner by persuading her to go away with him without the consent of her mother. And that secondly, that between the 2nd and the 9th of September 1973, the accused attempted to abduct Fiona Sumner. Now, as to the first charge, do you really believe that McDowell used no persuasion? McDowell had obviously formed a close relationship with Fiona. He enjoyed her company. He apparently wanted some company on this trip. He'd even asked his own daughter, with whom he had no special relationship, to go with him. Now, can you believe that he didn't suggest that Fiona should go with him? holding out for her a possible meeting with her father as bait. Now, McDowell has also told us that he believed Fiona's mother knew of the trip. I'm sure you'll find that incredible. A 14-year-old girl who should have been at school tells him that her mother agrees to her going away with him, a 40-year-old married man, and he believes that instantly, without any attempt to communicate with Mrs. Sumner. It's pure nonsense. Now, the second charge is more subtle. The basis of it is that his real intention was to take Fiona not just to John O'Groats, but to the west coast of Scotland or elsewhere. Now, as to this charge, McDowell denies he attempted to persuade Fiona to go to the west coast of Scotland. But the fact remains he did go there. He had withdrawn £250 from his bank account, and he has admitted in this court that he planned not to return. So what was he going to do with Fiona? Abandon her 500 miles from home? Now, members of the jury, you may feel tempted to feel sympathy for McDowell's attempt to, once in his life, do something adventurous, as he put it. And indeed, if it had only concerned his life, one could perhaps sympathize. But Philip McDowell took a 14-year-old girl away from school, causing her mother immeasurable distress, causing the police to mount a massive search operation. He withdrew from his own family, the only means of support they had, causing his wife to leave him and the family to split up. He lied about a meeting with his boss, Mr. Gerard, causing Mr. Gerard's honesty to be subjected to a grueling cross-examination, and he repeatedly lied to the police, necessitating them to process film and analyze tapes to get at the truth. I put it to you that they are not the actions of an innocent man. I must ask you to find him guilty on both counts.
My lord, members of the jury, this case is all about persuasion. Who persuaded who? Now, my client says that it was Fiona Sumner who did the persuading. Now, is that incredible, as my friend points out? She is 14, but she is a remarkably self-possessed and, you might even think, experienced young lady. When you remember that there is medical evidence to show that before this journey occurred, she was no longer Virgo intacta, as the prosecution has pointed out. Now, she had been brought up without a father. She believed him dead. She was curious about him, but her mother was reluctant to talk about him. And suddenly she finds a clue that he is alive and in Scotland. She knows my client is thinking of doing a speed trial to Scotland, and so she seizes on the chance and canvasses the idea that they might go together. Now, is that incredible? Is it incredible that, as he's reluctant, she should try to persuade him? On the contrary, it is obvious that that is what happened. It is exactly what my client told his own daughter, Alison, before ever going on the trip. Then it is said that he couldn't have believed that Mrs. Sumner had given her assent. Well, why not? He didn't know Mrs. Sumner. Fiona, as I say, appeared to be self-possessed and self-directed. She came and went freely from his garage. How was he to know Mrs. Sumner was the possessive, protective type? She might well have been a free and easy mother who let her child do just what she liked. Now, on the second count, it is said that my client, in John O'Groats, tried to persuade Fiona to go with him to the west coast. Now, he denies that, and his denial is corroborated by evidence of Archibald Sumner, the girl's father. It is said that my client has lied. Well, so he has. People who have lost their bearings, who are all at sea, sometimes do tell lies. But that doesn't mean to say that everything he said is a lie. Is it not just as likely that Fiona is lying in her distress and disappointment, blaming him for everything that's gone wrong? Remember my client's version of what she said when she was turned away from her father's door? She wished he'd never brought her there. She wished she'd stayed at home. It was all his fault. She'd never have known her father was alive if it wasn't for him. Now, if you remember those words and consider Fiona's evidence in the light of them, then, members of the jury, I think your verdict is plain. Not guilty on both counts.
Thank you, Mr. Golding. Members of the jury, my task is to direct you as to the law, as to what constitutes this offence of abduction. It is for you to decide whether, on the evidence, the accused, Philip McDowell, did commit this offence. As Mr. Lloyd has pointed out, abduction can be committed without force. The essence of the offence is the removing of a girl under 16 from the custody of her parent or guardian, in this case, Mrs. Sumner, who was the legal custodian of Fiona. The removal can be accomplished by force or by persuasion. Now, if a person persuades a girl under 16 to leave the custody of her parent or guardian without their consent, that is abduction. Now, the question you have to decide is, did the accused, Philip McDowell, persuade Fiona to go with him to John O'Groats? If he did not, if she was determined to go, if she insisted on going with him and he merely acquiesced, then you need inquire no further into the first offence. But if he did persuade her to go, then you must find him guilty, unless you accept that he believed that Mrs. Sumner consented to Fiona going with him. Now, his belief in her consent would be a defence, even though we know, in fact, she did not consent. The second count is one of attempted abduction, in that, in John O'Groats, the accused tried to persuade Fiona to go on with him to the west coast of Scotland. Now, the accused does not pretend that Mrs. Sumner's supposed consent extended beyond the original trip to John O'Groats, but he does insist that he did not ask Fiona to go on with him to the west coast of Scotland. If he did, if you think that all that went before was part of some preconceived plan to get her away from her mother so that he could make this further suggestion, then you will find him guilty of attempted abduction. If you think there was no preconceived plan, then you will find him not guilty. So there you have it. On the one hand, it is said that the man was the persuader. On the other hand, that it was the girl. Now remember, you must be satisfied beyond all reasonable doubt that the accused, Philip McDowell, did what is alleged before you can find him guilty. Members of the jury, will you now please retire and consider your verdicts?
Members of the jury, will your foreman please stand? Just answer this question, yes or no. Have you reached verdicts on which you are all agreed?
Yes.
On the first count of abduction on the 9th of September 1973 at Fulchester, do you find the accused guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
On the second count of attempted abduction between the 2nd and 9th of September 1973, do you find the accused guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Very well, McDowell. You are free to leave the court. I hope you learned something from this trial. It's always sad to see a family break up. I hope you can do something to prevent it.
Yes, my lord.
All stand.
Next week, a chance for you to join another jury in assessing the facts when our cameras return to watch a leading case in the Crown Court.